Hi everyone, my name is Suzanne Modou and I am the author of the series Children Coloring Activity book called I Believe, and there are 10 books in the series, and I have been reading each book 1 to 7 up to now, and posting a video for each one so you can engage those beautiful young minds that you have in your life for a story time, and engage them in the activities, because each book has 30 days of activities from 1 to 8, and book 9 and 10 have 60 days of activities. So I just submitted book 8, and thank you everyone for participating in that, and your feedback and all your comments. I really appreciate it. You can purchase the entire series on Amazon, and you can also share your comments and reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And also thank you for everyone who participated in the reading of my other novel titled The Adventures of Anouk, The First Leap. And this story is an ecological story of a young girl who's an Assisi human and on a quest to save the world. And if you're a fan of Narnia, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, Avatar, you will enjoy this fantasy story as well. The Adventures of Anouk, The First Leap is the first of a series as well, and the second book will be available in the beginning of the new year in 2019. And thank you again for all your support, for everyone who's been engaging in my stories. So again, I will now do the reading for the 9th book of the I Believe series, and it's titled I Believe It Is Fun Discovering the World Around Me, Just Like Sarah, Carlo, and Teddy, the Curious Horses. So each book again invites the child to insert their name and their age in the book. It belongs to them, and we'll begin. Spring had sprung on the ranch, and all was green and bright. Flowers were blooming and butterflies were fluttering here and there from flower to flower and tree to tree. The morning cloak walked head downward along the oak tree trunk to feed on the dripping sap. This is a morning cloak. The butterfly flapped its wings, displaying its beautiful colors. The purple, black, and white bright yellow bordered the outer margins of the wings, with a row of iridescent blue spots at the inner edge radiating in the sun's rays. So you have the description of how to color this butterfly. Sarah, the golden mare, walked amongst the bright green fields surrounding the ranch. Since she left the desert where she had lived for many years with the Mustangs, Sarah had become quite the explorer of her new surroundings. Jojo, the dignified and respected teacher of all horses, other animals, and humans, set a challenge for Sarah to help with the lessons on the ranch. Jojo asked Sarah to decide on an expedition for the summer season. The children and animals were excited to hear about their next lesson. They could not wait to learn where they would be going. What mysterious place would they discover? How far would they travel? It was all very exciting. They could barely stand the anticipation. After a few days of reflection, Sarah had come up with an idea for the summer expedition. She called on to Carlo and Teddy for their assistance. She shared her idea with them. Teddy and Carlo thought it was brilliant. Later that day, they gathered everyone around the picnic table. Everyone huddled around the table and on top of the table. Once everyone settled, Sarah announced where the summer expedition would take place. She opened the map and placed it on the center of the table. All eyes peered down at the map. The world looked up at everyone. At the far left and midway down, a large red irregular shape stretched east, west, north, and south. This is where we will have our summer expedition, said Sarah. She opened another map with a closer look at the location. Everyone looked down at the map, and then they looked back up at Sarah. That is the ranch and the surrounding area, said Susie. The girls and boys were surprised. Sophie bent forward to have a closer look at the map. Paul wiggled his way closer to examine the location, and Sam looked up at Sarah with his arms crossed. But I thought we were going on an expedition, said Sam. You are, answered Sarah. Rocky reached for his guitar. Well, at least I can bring my guitar. Sparky, the little black dog, jumped up and down. He was happy to go anywhere and do anything. Sparky had grown up to become a very adventurous and inquisitive dog. Lulu, the fawn pug, sat next to him. Her two pups, Bessie and Tulip, had almost all grown up now, curled up at her feet. Max, the orange tabby cat, was seated on Carlo's back, staring down at the map. After Max had lost his family and then found them again, he returned to the ranch for the summer expedition. His family listened to his story of how he persevered and how everything he learned from Sarah and the others at the ranch. They were very excited for him when he wanted to return to learn more and help others learn as well. This is exciting, said Max. There will be much to explore here. How so? Said Sam. Sam reached for the map to have a closer look. It is our backyard. We will not be traveling more than a day in all directions. Sarah invited Carlo and Teddy to explain to everyone why this was the ideal location for a summer expedition. Carlo and Teddy were honored by the opportunity to share in this adventure with everyone at the ranch. They talked about how much of the world they had seen ever since they left their home. Together as friends and travel companions, they dramatized the wonderful things they had seen, the amazing people and animals they met along the way, and the slew of exciting and mysterious discoveries unearthed from the four corners of the world. But what was equally exciting and mysterious was the world that surrounded the ranch. They walked around as they talked and talked. They pointed at the mountains. They pointed at the vast meadows all around them. They pointed at the sky. They pointed at the ground beneath their feet. They talked of all the plants, other animals, insects, and everything else they could find not visible to the naked eye. There was a world to be discovered right in their backyard. The children and animals were revved up with excitement. They could not wait to get started. The next day, everyone was ready to begin. They had gathered their gear and whatever else they needed. They had their magnifying loupe, different maps with large and smaller scales. They had their notebooks and pencils, their rain gear and tiny shovels to dig beneath the soil, and all sorts of other things to help with their expedition. That morning, and for 60 more mornings, they set out on a new expedition in search of treasures in their backyard. After 60 days, the children and animals were so excited, they asked if they could do the same. After 60 days, the children and animals were so excited, they asked if you could do the same. They would love it if you went on a 60-day expedition in your backyard, or at least no more than a day trip away from your home. This is very exciting and lots of fun. For the next 60 days, get out there and discover everything you can about the different insects you find, the different plants you discover, and all the animals that you can see. Touch the rocks and feel their grit between your fingers or their smoothness after being washed over with stream water for hundreds and hundreds of years. The world is waiting for you to discover it. Go and have some fun. Let's begin. Your 60 days of activities, your fun activities begins now. Most importantly, what do? We have fun. And you remember to smile, remember to laugh, remember to be curious and ask questions, and remember to believe in yourself. And say to yourself 10 times, I believe in myself, I believe in myself. Always. When you've done this, celebrate, congratulate, and reward yourself. How amazing you are. You did all this fun activities. You participated in 60 days of fun. Keep going. Explore your imagination. Believe in yourself. And thank you for being good and kind to every animal. On behalf of the animals, thank you for making this a better world for all of us. Thank you. Enjoy this journey with Carlo and Teddy, who started in book 1 and have taken you on a journey up to now with all these other amazing animals and these children. So continue having fun with these stories and writing your own and playing with the activities. Thank you for participating in I Believe. It is fun discovering the world around me, just like Sarah, Carlo, and Teddy, the curious horses. Enjoy the rest of your evening or your day, wherever you are, and I thank you again, and I will be now submitting later the final book, number 10 of the I Believe series. Thank you.